You bet on PowerSlap?
PowerSlap? No.
No?
No.
I go to the events. It's fun. Have you been?
Okay, I have not been. A lot of respect for Dana's business acumen and all his ideas and stuff. You just kind of sit there and get slapped, so it doesn't seem like a sport of skill or anything like that.
Yeah. All right, guys, we made it happen finally. We got Mr. Zach here. Thanks for coming on, man.
No problem.
We've been talking for like 5 years on IG.
Yeah, since I was junior in high school.
Yeah, it's been cool to see your evolution, dude. I mean, you've been nailing these sports picks. You're super tapped in with the celebrities. Congrats on all you've done.
Thank you. Just starting.
Hell yeah. I love that attitude.
Yeah, I would say that's accurate. I'm the most accurate sports handicapper ever recorded by any metric that I've seen.
Right, because you're undefeated in Super Bowls, and you got great records in other sports.
Yeah, undefeated college football, 25-0, national championships, Super Bowl undefeated as well.
Wow. That's unheard of, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And NBA you do well, too, right?
Yeah, I do well NBA. I would say NFL, college, boxing are the absolute strongest.
Yeah. Speaking of NBA, I know you're a Warriors fan, right? You like some of those guys?
I like some of those guys. When they were going against the Cavaliers, I was definitely supporting them.
Okay. What do you think of Steph Curry?
Steph Curry is the greatest offensive player of all time.
Wow.
His gravity that it provides on the court, unmatched. He helps his teammates more than anyone. He's the best off-ball player of all time, the greatest shooter of all time, the most underrated finisher at the basket ever, the best free throw shooter of all time. Steph Curry's impact on the offensive end is greater than any basketball player in NBA history.
So you got him over Jordan offensively?
Yes.
Because Jordan averaged, what, 35 some seasons?
Yeah, better scorer, not as impactful offensively to me.
Because if you're factoring assists and steals.
I'm factoring in the gravity that he creates, the fact that he can stand 30 feet away from the basket and command 2 or 3 people to come at him, the fact that he's the greatest off-ball player ever, the way he screens his teammates. He's more impactful on the offensive end than anyone ever.
Wow. What do you think of Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant is the second greatest scorer of all time.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's quite a statement. What are you basing that off of?
Points per game, efficiency, the fact that he's 6'11" and plays like a point guard. He can shoot it over anyone. I think he would survive in any era. He's the second greatest scorer ever behind Michael Jordan.
Okay. Who do you have as third?
Third, Kobe.
Okay.
Kobe?
Respect.
Yeah, I think Kobe deserves respect for sure. That's a great question. Third, I always think about 1 and 2, but seldom do I think about third.
Yeah.
And obviously, LeBron, when it comes to any basketball skill, is like top 5.
He is number 1 in points, right?
Yeah, like Kareem, probably 3, maybe Kobe 4. But yeah, LeBron is so good all around that there's like not a single skill in basketball that he's not one of the best ever at. And I don't think you can say that about any athlete in any other sport.
I love it. You betting on the NBA Finals?
I'm at the Celtics. I got Celtics. I'm thinking Celtics in 6.
Wow. What made you think the Celtics over the Mavs?
All the idiots picking the Mavs. No, I think they match up well. You know, there are 2 matchups earlier. The Celtics won. It seems like the Celtics are best suited to guard Kyrie. Porzingis coming back. But the Mavericks, I mean, to get there, you know, great.
Have you been betting the whole playoffs?
Making picks the whole playoffs. You know, I mean, this was like, especially out of the East, the easiest to ever predict. I mean, a monkey could have picked the Celtics, right? But I think the Timberwolves beating the Nuggets was really surprising.
That was shocking.
Yeah.
I mean, the Mavericks beat them in 5. It should have been 4.
Yeah.
If Lively didn't get injured.
Yeah. Mavericks, Luka, Kyrie, Lively, PJ Washington at the deadline. They've been making great moves all year, and they have the best player in the NBA.
Oh, yeah. What's your best sport?
I would say best sport for predicting would be college football. I'm 25-0 all time.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
25-0?
Yeah.
And is that the title game you bet on?
That's been every title game since I started picking. College football playoff, SEC championship, a lot of ranked matchups.
Damn, 25-0. That's the best record I've ever heard. I mean, you haven't lost.
No, I still haven't lost yet. I had Michigan all the way from week 3 and had them in the Natty and over Alabama as well.
What do you think makes you so good? Because most sports bettors lose money, right?
Yeah. I think it's a combination of things. I think a lot of it can be attributed to my eidetic memory. And the fact that I love sports, it's all I've been doing since I was 4 or 5 years old. I have a lot of analytics that I follow, even some that I think I'm going to work on coming out with. I was able to go to the MIT Sloan Sports Analytics Conference when I was 17,
nice.
Learn a little bit more. But yeah, I think the combination of memory, really knowing the sport. I was the youngest Division I coaching intern in the country with FAU when I was 16. So I know football real well, and I grew up in boxing as well in the gym and everything like that.
That's impressive. What do you think of the boxing scene right now?
A chill in the air, leaves falling to the ground, and football every weekend. That's what fall is about. You can make each weekend even more exciting by getting into the action with my partners at DraftKings, the #1 place to bet on touchdowns. And right now, all new customers who bet $5 will instantly get $200 in bonus bets. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code DSH. The crown is yours. That's $200 in bonus bets instantly. Stay in on the action. Use your $200 in bonus bets to bet anytime touchdowns on DraftKings. DraftKings is the best place to bet touchdowns. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings, daily fantasy, and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code DSH and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code DSH.
I love it. I think it's on the up and up, and obviously we had a period where Jake Paul and KSI and Logan and all these different guys had to really provide a lot of relevance for Gen Z and Gen Alpha. But now that we've got Saudi Arabia and Your Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh putting on these great fights, I think boxing is going to be in its best place it's been since like the 90s.
Yeah. Did you bet on the Haney Garcia fight?
Oh, yeah. I had Ryan.
Oh, you had Ryan?
I had Ryan.
Damn.
Plus 550.
He was a heavy underdog.
Yeah, 5.5 to 1 underdog. Ryan's a cool guy, but they split in the amateurs 3-3, and in the pros, having the power advantage is a big difference. You know,
Right.
Smaller gloves, everything like that. So I thought it was like a 60-40 fight for Ryan, and he was a huge underdog.
Wow. I mean, now with the steroid stuff, though, it's looking interesting. I don't know if that's real or whatever. But
Yeah, I would strongly believe that it's not.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they did 2 tests and it came back positive, right?
Yeah, but look who's doing the tests.
Who did it?
VADA, who's a privately owned organization, not government owned. They are very close with Victor Conte, who's Devin Haney's strength and conditioning coach, and who was also heavily involved in Balco, which was the Barry Bonds steroid scandal.
Wow.
So when I look at Victor Conte and I see him providing boxers strength and conditioning advice for upwards of $100,000, I get a little bit suspicious. And also with the fact that he's so close with VADA and all this stuff, but Ryan comes out. I know they submitted a couple of his supplements for testing, and they both came back that they did have ostarine in it. And, you know, cross-contamination happens. The factories make it all in the same labs and stuff, so factories. So I don't know. I'm very, very skeptical about that. And the fact that Devin Haney had a Sports Center interview lined up the day after that came out, even more weird.
Yeah, that is interesting. I doubt Ryan would do that. I mean, his whole life he didn't. Why would he feel the need to do it now?
2 days before the fight? That doesn't, even for a SARM, that's not even, that wouldn't be the best use case for it at all. I mean, you would have cycled it, you know, months before that. I know Derek, More Plates, More Rates, I think you had him on the show.
Yeah.
He did a really good breakdown on it, as well as the chemistry side of it and things like that. But from a boxing point of view, there's a lot of shady stuff going on. And if I was a boxer, I wouldn't enroll in VADA testing. I would outright refuse, which I think Tank is now doing.
Yeah.
And the only way I would work with VADA as a boxer, I know Tank came out and said that he's no longer going to work with them, would be if the government stepped in and oversaw it, or if a commission, governing body, something like that, stepped in to absolutely clear them of any collusion or corruption or anything like that, looked into Victor Conte and his relationship with them, and really cleared it all up. Because it seems like as of now, they're not being put under any public pressure, and a lot of people are coming at Ryan Garcia instead of defending him, and aren't analyzing the relationship that Victor has with Devin and the relationship Victor has with VADA. And also they're denying the fact that the supplements came back contaminated. So it's all very suspicious. I would want to see an entire full-length investigation done on Victor and VADA for sure, if I was a boxer and thinking about enrolling in their testing.
Yeah, they're making Ryan do a hair test now too.
Yeah, well, and I'm confident he'll come out vindicated.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Who do you have as the GOAT for boxing?
The boxing GOAT, the greatest of all time, is Muhammad Ali.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
not Floyd.
Floyd's the best.
Okay.
Ali's the greatest. But actually, the best boxer I've ever seen was Roy Jones Jr.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
Yeah. Prime for prime. He's the best I've ever watched.
Damn. So just purely eye test, no statistics.
Yeah, eye test wise, I mean the fact that he went to heavy, I mean he was undefeated and went all the way from I believe junior middleweight or middleweight all the way up to heavyweight and won the heavyweight title. I mean, I just know that Roy Jones Jr. in his prime at middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight, that there's no man that ever could have come close, and I don't think I can say that about any other boxer. So
maybe Tyson in his prime.
No,
No,
I would have taken a couple guys over him.
Wow, in his
Lennox
prime,
Lewis,
like Tyson,
George
like
Foreman,
prime?
yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Evander Holyfield beat him twice. Would have been tougher, I guess, pre-Buster Douglas. But, yeah, there's some bad matchups
I feel
for
that.
Tyson.
Yeah.
But I think Mike would beat pretty much any of the current heavyweights for sure in his prime.
Yeah, I was upset he dropped out recently.
Yeah, I think it's delayed.
Oh, it's delayed?
It's
Okay.
delayed, which is almost feels like a dropout, right? Because I think it's going to be like, I think they're planning to November for the fight, so it's a long delay.
Who you got on that one?
I've got Jake by knockout.
Whoa. You think he's going to knock out Tyson?
I think Tyson obviously is such a legendary champion, but I mean that was 30 years ago.
All right.
So I think Jake is gonna catch him with a big right hand and knock him out.
Damn, yeah, he's almost 60 now, right? He's getting up there.
So I believe a fight time will be 58 years old.
Holy crap. Yeah, that's old for boxing.
Yeah, it's old for any sport, but especially boxing. And Tyson, I mean, one of the most ferocious, ruthless punchers in the history of the sport. What he did to Michael Spinks and so many other guys, and he looked great in the Roy Jones Jr. fight not that long ago. So I mean, he could come out and shock the world. I just don't see him having the punch resistance to take a prime 27-year-old Jake, who it's really hard. I've seen it in sparring the last 5 years.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. You bet on UFC also?
Yeah, I do a lot of UFC picks.
Who you got, McGregor and Chandler?
Prime McGregor would beat him 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a hard fight to handicap. I would go Chandler.
Okay.
Just based on, you know, the partying and the leg break and everything like that. But it's hard to envision, you know, Conor losing to a guy that much lower. And it would be sad.
Yeah.
It would be.
I mean, he hasn't won in, what, 7 years?
The Cowboys-Cerrone fight was his last win in 2020, right before the pandemic.
Okay.
So
4
years,
4
yeah.
years.
But it's one win the last 7 years.
Yeah. But that's not even like a prime Cowboy. That's
No,
like
it was like a nothing fight, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked good, but yeah, I agree.
damn. Yeah, he's fallen hard, man. I miss him in his prime.
Yeah, maybe he'll come back and prove everyone wrong.
I hope so, honestly.
I hope so, too.
Like, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Because UFC needs someone like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the sports need someone like that. And I know he wants to do boxing 100%. I know he's watching these Saudi fights and the Jake and the Tyson and the Ryan Garcia. I think I wouldn't be surprised if eventually they did him versus Ryan Garcia in Saudi Arabia, boxing.
Well, the bag in boxing's higher, and then you take less damage.
Yeah.
UFC, you're breaking bones.
Yeah, it seems like there's bigger names. I mean, of course, besides McGregor, it seems like the bigger names are now in boxing.
Yeah, even UFC guys are switching over, right?
Yeah. There's UFC, I feel like they've lost a lot of their stars. Like,
Yeah, Usman switched over.
Yeah, Usman's, you know, not quite, you know, the same level. And even then, he's never sold that many besides when Masvidal was on with him. Nate Diaz is boxing now, Masvidal.
Yep.
And Israel Adesanya lost. So I feel like the Ryan Garcias, Jake Pauls, KSIs, Usyk's, Furies are like becoming bigger stars.
Yeah, they're making more.
Yeah, they're definitely making a lot more too.
Crazy.
That Fury, I think, just made $100 million.
What? Tyson
Yeah.
or the son?
Tyson Fury.
Oh, off that last fight he lost?
Yeah, against Alexander Usyk in Saudi Arabia.
Crap. They paid him
Yeah.
$100 million for that?
They're saying Fury made $100 million, Usyk made $50 million.
Oh, he made more even though he lost?
Yeah, and they're saying it sold like 1.5 million pay-per-views.
At what price?
I don't know. A lot of it was in England, so I think it's
Okay.
cheaper over there. But I know they also got like 40 million in advertising.
Damn.
If I had to guess, they took a bath, but I think it makes perfect sense for them to advertise all their tourism destinations and the fact that, you know, it's a great place to. I mean, I went to Saudi. I had a great time.
I've never been out there. You like it though?
Yeah, I had a great time. I went to Abu Dhabi as well, Dubai, and yeah, and then Saudi. Best food I've ever had at the Four Seasons there.
Seriously?
Yeah.
In Saudi? All right.
So, I mean, Ronaldo lives there, so you know the food's pretty good.
He got
at the
offered a
Four
bag, too,
Seasons.
to
Yeah,
live
he
there.
got a bag. It was I was in the lobby and I was with Jake and the team and the team and yeah, Kevin Hart was there doing a comedy show.
Wow.
Ronaldo's on the top floor. It was crazy.
That's crazy. Who do you have as your GOAT for the UFC?
I would say John Jones.
Same.
John
So we
Jones
agree
is
on
the
that
GOAT.
one.
Yeah. John Jones is if you're going off of the most unstoppable, it's John Jones, you know, at his peak. against Shogun and Glover, and the second, DC fight. I mean, he's just, I don't know how anyone could come close to him at his peak.
Especially that weight class where one punch you could get knocked out, and he's been able to just evade all of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way he uses reach and optimizes length, his kicks, his elbows, his so creative. He had great inside fighting, terrific grappling, just great eyes, everything you could want in a mixed martial arts fighter. But is his legacy somewhat diminished because of the steroids?
It is, yeah. Can't deny that, right?
Right. So did you take him off the GOAT list and put someone like George St. Pierre at the top because of that? That would be the discussion.
If it wasn't for that, it'd be unanimous, I think.
Oh yeah, 100%, and no doubt. And if he goes out and defends his heavyweight belt a couple of times, it's like, hard to deny him GOAT status in combat sports because of all his dominance in a sport that's evolved so much. And in my opinion, if you put every man in the history of the world in a room, I think John Jones would come out last.
That's wild.
He's the baddest man to ever live. So
I love that. You've been following this WNBA drama?
Yeah, I've been following WNBA
what do you think about
drama. I don't like it for the sport, and I actually went to a Fever game, Caitlin Clark against LA, and I don't like it for the sport. I think a lot of it's getting politicized, and I don't think that's the route to go. I would like to see it be about the sport, right?
Yeah.
Like Asia Wilson here in Vegas, she's the best player in the league by a mile. She's averaging like 29 a game in the short quarters as well, and no one really talks about it because everyone's talking about all this, and seems like the girls are, I don't know, like getting real personal and dragging each other to the floor. So I would, and if you're gonna do that, I think the teammates have to stick up for one another. It needs to be an enforcer, like Draymond said. The girl that dragged Caitlin down should have gotten hit for sure by one of Caitlin's teammates. So I didn't like how no one came to her defense.
No one.
Yeah,
that's your prize star. Like, you should be defending it, right?
Yeah, especially, I'm sure she's a nice girl. And I didn't like that. So I think if you're gonna do the hard fouls, I don't have a problem with it. The teammates have to step in and make sure that they think twice.
Absolutely. It was interesting to see LeBron talk about it because he said that happened to him too when he came in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. You're always gonna have a target on your back but at the end of the day, Caitlin Clark's the reason they're on charter flights, right? I mean, they went from Spirit to charter flights. That's just that's the truth of the matter, Yeah. She kind of bossed up all their lives, so I think they should really be appreciative instead of so jealous. But
I think they should be because the WNBA hasn't had a single profitable year.
No.
And now,
definitely not.
Now they're on track to do that in a few years.
Yeah, and the other rookies as well. Angel Reese, she's got celebrities coming out to the games and stuff, and Cameron Brink. But yeah, Caitlin's she's the one who made that change happen.
Absolutely. You got a pod with Lamar Odom?
Yeah, and Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh yeah, that's cool. How'd that start?
Pretty off the wall guy. I know Steve Marcano, who's a mutual friend with Lamar, had this idea, and they call it Keeping Up with Sports. And obviously, when you hear me, Caitlyn Jenner, Lamar Odom on a podcast, you're like, I wonder if that would work, right? You're trying to picturing the chemistry or whatever. But it's an honor to be working with two legends of the sport, and Lamar, an Olympian, Sixth Man of the Year, two-time NBA champion alongside Kobe Bryant. Caitlyn, formerly Bruce, decathlete, world record holder, drafted the NBA. I don't know if you knew that. Bruce Jenner was drafted the NBA.
That's crazy.
Yeah, college football player. So sharing knowledge with two athletes like that and who have lived such crazy lives. Lamar obviously had the traumatic brain injury and 12 strokes, 6 heart attacks.
I saw that in the news. I saw the bed. It's in the Haunted Museum here in Vegas.
It's in the Haunted Museum in Vegas.
Yeah, Zach Bagans Museum.
Wow. I hope Lamar gets paid off that.
Yeah, they have it, and they leverage Lamar's story when you do a tour.
All right. Well, at least I hope Lamar gets a little bag. And Caitlyn obviously being, decathlete, record holder, Wheaties box star, Kardashian, Jenner's. Her daughters, and Woman of the Year. Like, what kind of who has a crazier resume than that? So, we had Sugar Ray Leonard on the first episode, and he went really deep and even opened up about his childhood abuse. And,
wow.
Yeah, so I think it's really become a really safe space for our guests, and it has a therapeutic fuel, and one where people feel comfortable opening up with everything that's been going on in their careers and childhoods and things. We had Steve O on, Bryce Hall. So I'm really excited for that to come out for sure.
That's a fun show, dude. Yeah, these fighters, man, they have a lot of trauma. I saw Sean Strickland on Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
He was crying on there. And it's good to have a platform they could speak about
Yeah,
their struggles.
absolutely. A lot of these shows are, go for gotcha moments or, really try to make you feel comfortable to get a clip. And but there's not a lot of uplifting or, really true journalism. The integrity is getting lost.
It's gone. It's been gone. Mainstream is just about clips and what can I get that guy to say.
Yeah, and you'll get the clips from people opening up, and TMZ leaked the show's announcement, and they grabbed that clip, and obviously it was a time where he was vulnerable, but I think he appreciated that he had the platform to speak on that and be comfortable and not have people make jokes. And then 50 Cent comes out and said it was Diddy that day, but what are you gonna do? That's the internet, right?
Oh man, that Diddy stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
Holy crap, we can't even talk on that. We'll get canceled. But do you bet on PowerSlap?
PowerSlap? No. Do you work with PowerSlap?
I go to the events. It's fun. Have you been?
Okay, I have not been.
You got to come. There's one this month after UFC 304, I think.
I have a lot of respect for Dana's business acumen and all his ideas and stuff. I have never seen it with PowerSlap. I don't quite understand it still.
Really?
There's no defense. You just kind of sit there and get slapped, so it doesn't seem like a sport of skill or anything like that. I hate that women are doing it and getting knocked out. The fat guys are pretty funny, though.
Yeah.
I like seeing the fat guys get knocked out. But I guess I understand the virality. I know it does really well on Rumble, I believe.
Yep.
And I know they're doing an event in Saudi. So I from that perspective, I get it.
If you got offered $1 million to do it, would you do it?
Hell yeah.
Oh, you would?
Who am I going against?
Jake Paul.
Oh, well, get knocked out for $1 million. I get knocked out for $1 million.
Okay. So you're rational about it.
Yeah. Probably get a few viral clips, get a lot of clout. Yeah,
that would break the internet. I mean, who was that guy that didn't Bryce Hall get knocked out?
I know Logan knocked someone out.
Logan knocked someone out.
Yeah, did you see that when Logan lined the guy up with a slap?
Oh, the slap for cash guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got wiped.
Yeah,
and then he said
Logan.
it was fake.
Yeah, definitely was not fake. I'll tell you that. I've talked to Logan about that. That was real.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came out later saying it was faked, staged.
I might say that too if I got knocked out like that. But
yeah, I wouldn't want to admit that ever.
Yeah. So I think he did a good job. Cap. I know slap for cash is like, he's doing good on Instagram and stuff like that. So I guess it worked.
What else are you working on?
My show with Pac-Man Jones, Pac and Zach. We covered football, every single week, and we've continued with it. Covering sports and culture and going out to fights. And he's someone that I consider a really good friend off camera.
Nice.
And a true partner. And he's someone that gets very misrepresented in the media and vilified. Earlier this year was arrested on September 11th on an airplane. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So he obviously people say a lot of bad things about him, and I'm sure he's made mistakes in his past, but he's a great mentor. He's adopted his late teammate's son, and he was on a flight. He had bought 2 flights. He was getting ready to do Monday Night Football, and his charger didn't work, charge his tablet. He had to study for Monday Night Football, so he said to the flight attendant, "Miss, can I change seats?" So no, sorry, it wasn't a miss. It was a man, and he kind of ignored it, whatever. And he comes back around. He's like, "I'm gonna have to switch seats. I got to charge my tablet." They go, "Well, if you switch seats, we're gonna have to turn the plane around." He goes, "What? I just want to change seats." They go, "No, we're gonna turn the plane around." He goes, "All right, turn the plane around." So they turn the plane around. He walks off the tarmac. Police tackle him.
What?
They charge him with terrorism.
No.
They said he was intoxicated when he wasn't drinking. He kept asking to do breathalyzer. They wouldn't give him a breathalyzer. He said the bar was closed even if I wanted to drink.
Holy crap. What airline was this?
I don't know. That's
weird.
A good question. I think it was United. It was United.
Damn, that's a shame.
And I know all the charges got expunged, and I don't know if
so he missed that day.
Definitely, and it's just like another case of someone. He's also constantly getting go at it in public and people trying to get a reaction out of him. This is someone who's, like I said, adopted his late teammates' children, is a mentor in his community, has brought me to places that I never would have been to, and just an all-around great guy. So
I played in Floyd's celebrity basketball game with him.
Yeah.
And he was
How was he?
He was sticking up for me, dude, to be honest.
Yeah.
He was a good dude.
Yeah. You know,
He was nice at ball too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was McDonald's All-American.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was dunking at 14.
Damn.
He's only 5'9" now, so I don't know how tall he was then, but he was dunking in game and stuff. And I know his team was Georgia State champion. They went undefeated his freshman year. Yeah, so I think he's part of the best teams ever. I mean, Pac-Man is such a good athlete. He could have, obviously, he was a great professional football player, All-Pro, Pro Bowl, number 5 pick, but he could have been an NBA player. He's now really good at golf. I know he doesn't want to talk about that, but he is.
I got to get into golf.
I'm sure he could have been a MLB player. I'm sure he could have been a professional soccer player. He's just that type
One of those
He ran a
talents.
4.25.
Holy.
Pro. Like, he's just such a ridiculous athlete that, you know, no matter what, he could have been pro in anything.
Were you an athlete growing up?
Probably pretty similar to Pac-Man.
Yeah? You were nice?
No.
You didn't play anything?
No, I played sports growing up, but, you know, not at a, listen, I played at a college professional level. I would have did it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have your height.
Comes in handy.
I didn't have pack speed. And no, I played football, basketball growing up. Well, you know, whatever was around, I was always keeping busy playing sports.
We'll have to hoop one of these days.
Yeah, we'll have to hoop. You know, but I at least want Pack on my team.
We'll get Pack.
All right, we'll get Pack.
We'll run. We'll find 2 others and make a solid run at it.
All right. Are you a power forward or what?
Yeah, power forward. Yeah, I play in the Lifetime Leagues out here.
Okay. Oh, so you're like serious wreck.
We just won the chip, bro. Yeah.
Now, all right.
I'm not bad.
Are you like inside getting rebounds?
Fast break layups. I get 2 steals a game. I get 10 rebounds.
All right.
Yeah, I'm decent.
All right, pretty decent.
We'll see.
Did you play college?
Nah, I did track in high school. I could have did track in college. I ran a 4:40 mile.
Wow.
Yeah, I was
4:40 mile?
Yeah. Holy shit. Which is decent. It's
Sounds
not like
pretty fast.
It's not D1 level though.
No, but I mean
D1 you need a 4:20.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now there's people running sub 4. It's like
yeah,
insane.
that I know.
It's people are so athletic these days.
How fast is the Kenyan guy, the marathon time?
Oh my god, he's running a mile 26 times under 4 minutes every time. Imagine that.
I mean, that's like no one talks about it. It's like one of the craziest sports accomplishments ever.
No, it is.
To do that?
It's insane. Like imagine running a 4-minute mile 26 times straight.
No, I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it. And like the athletes that aren't in football and basketball don't get like looked at as much, but like I mean, Usain Bolt never lost a race in the Olympics.
Yep.
Literally won gold every single time.
Yeah. I just had Justin Gatlin on.
Yeah, Michael Phelps had like 4 times as many gold medals as anyone else ever.
Yep.
Like
26.
These guys are ridiculous. Yeah, 26.
Nuts. What do you think the hardest sport to go pro in is?
Hardest sport to go pro in is maybe. I'm probably like major sport is probably baseball.
Major, yeah.
Yeah, I would say baseball would require the most skill.
Okay.
But it's probably something that you have to pick up when you're a young person, because football. I mean, if you're a good enough athlete, you can pick it up real late. You know, like Ziggy Ansah picked it up, I think, 19. And basketball requires a little bit more skill, too. Football, you obviously need the toughness for, but I would say baseball requires the most skill.
I would say basketball for me.
Really?
Just because you look at how long these guys last in the league on average.
Yeah.
It's like 2 years max.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, but, you know, like Hakeem Olajuwon was a soccer player, converts to basketball.
I think
NBA
back then it was
quick.
easier to get in the NBA. Now it's like you have to shoot now, even if you're a big.
Yeah, that's true. I think Hakeem would be the league's best player right now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Best defender of all time, incredible post game, carried his team to 2 finals runs post Jordan, he was playing baseball. I think he had games where like 30+ points, 7 blocks, 4 steals.
Jeez.
Yeah, Hakeem probably the most underrated superstar of all time.
So you got Hakeem over Shaq?
Right together, the 2 of them, probably and Kareem.
Yeah.
All 3 of them are the three best bigs ever.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, Hakeem just like unbelievable. And I would say the only person in NBA history to truly carry his team to a finals victory.
Hakeem
is. And everyone says Dirk, and if you look at the roster, you would think that, but those guys were shooting lights out in the finals. Like he was great. He had help. Like Jason Terry was going off, Sean Marion, Jason Kidd, but Hakeem didn't have anyone. Like it was like Otis Thorpe. Yeah. I don't even think I don't even know if Kenny Smith did play in that first finals. I think 95, 96, around there. He didn't play well because I mean I've looked at the stats. I think Otis Thorpe was the second best player.
Wow.
12 points a game, like 40% from the field. Like carried his team against Ewing. So
Damn, that's interesting. So you study a lot of the stats?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I kind of nerdy.
Yeah,
with
I
it.
like seeing the points after every game.
Yeah,
spread, rebounds.
I go like full analytics and like I mean I don't go like Raptor and Vorp and all that, but
I don't even know what that is.
Oh yeah, that's like if you really want to get geeky, you talk about Raptor and Vorp, but player efficiency rating and true shooting percentage, EFG, stuff like that.
How does true shooting percentage work?
So they calculate things like the assigned value for the shot and also your free throw percentage, and it's like
it factors in every single shot.
Yeah, it's like especially free throws. Like so Shaq obviously wouldn't be as good at true shooting, and then like Steph Curry's true shooting percentage is like out of this world.
Yeah.
Like consistently. Like I don't think he's ever been below 56% on a finals run. Like something absolutely ridiculous.
What's the best metric to measure how skilled a player is in basketball?
I would say PER, player efficiency rating, I think is really like if you look at the all-time highest PER seasons, it's like a lot of Michael Jordan's, Wilt Chamberlain's, LeBron sneaks in there. I think Steph's 2016 season. So I think that's a pretty good indicator. And that's not the only reason why Michael Jordan's better than LeBron, but it's part of it.
You got Jordan or LeBron as the GOAT?
Jordan's the GOAT.
Okay. You were confident with that.
Michael Jordan's the greatest player to ever touch basketball.
What if Bron wins one or two more?
Then we might have to, rediscuss this.
Okay. Yeah. Jordan 6 is just, and if he didn't retire, he would have had 7 or 8. So
yeah, I mean, I look at the fact that he's never come close to being outplayed in a final series. I mean, it happened maybe in a playoff series once. So 6-0, 6 like stellar performances, and people talk about how he never won before Pippen. Nobody would have won with those teams he had before Pippen. I mean, he was scoring 63 against the Larry Bird Celtics as a kid my age and losing.
yeah.
Like I don't know where people come up with that. I mean, the guy is the greatest scorer of all time, no doubt. And then Kevin Durant second, but
Whoa, second.
Yeah.
Damn.
Scorers, yeah. MJ 1, KD 2. And then Michael Jordan has the most all-defensive first-team selections ever as well. And you look at all his final stats and his efficiency and, and then the argument a lot of people have is zone defense, right? For a while it was illegal. You couldn't guard players the same way. You couldn't double them, stuff like that. Michael Jordan didn't have the same spacing, right? Everyone can shoot the 3 now. You have way more spacing. Imagine Michael Jordan with that spacing, I don't know if MJ would score as many points now, but I think he would have a lot more assists. And
Probably,
he would be the league's best player right now, no doubt.
The fouls back then were nasty, dude.
Yeah.
I see videos of it.
Absolutely. Bad Boy Pistons, Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman, Hakeem, the greatest defender of all time, Mutombo.
What's the best team of all time? Draymond Green says it's his Warriors in 16.
He's right. 17.
Or 17?
Yeah. The 2017 Warriors
So you
are the
got
greatest.
them over the 96 Bulls?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. And the 2000 Lakers?
Yeah.
Because him and Shaq were debating like who would win that.
The Warriors would win.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you had a 73-win team and you added Kevin Durant.
Yeah, when you put it like that.
I mean, that Cavs team was great, and they, wiped him out. I mean, KD averaged 35 a game in that finals and, 45% from 3. I mean, he was
They swept him,
out
right?
of this world. I think the first one was 5 games, second one was a sweep, but I think they swept him after Kyrie left. But, I mean, you're going against LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love. That's, a great historic team.
Yeah.
That would have won the chip this year.
Yeah, prime
no
Kyrie,
doubt,
prime
right?
Kevin Love, yeah.
LeBron, back in, I mean, this is 8 years ago. I mean, the league's best player. So, that Warriors team is the greatest team of all time.
Klay in his prime, too.
Yeah.
Before the ACL tear.
Yeah, when he was an, great defender. Obviously, probably second greatest shooter ever, maybe third.
Yeah. You think he's done, though?
Klay? Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, I think so, too.
It seems like he has a mental block.
It seems that, plus he's not the same physically. It's just...
I think Klay would really benefit from Marcel hypnotizing.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, and I'm serious.
You should line that up for Marcel.
Listen, if someone comes across Klay, I think it would really help.
Yeah, I mean, he helped Jake Paul with his mental block.
Yeah. And but Klay in these big games recently since the ACL seems to, I mean, his nickname used to be Game 6 Klay, and last year he goes 1 for 12 from 3, Game 6 against the Lakers.
Yeah. And this year he had 0 points in the, what was that, the play-in game or whatever?
I mean, yeah, so he's got it seems like to me, a mental block in big games right now, which he never had before, so I'm sure it has to do with the injuries, and he's come back from a lot, and, he's done more than enough. So
yeah.
he's a Hall of Famer.
4 rings is more than enough.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been fun. Anything you want to promote or close off with?
No, I keep an eye out for Keeping Up with Sports with me, Caitlyn Jenner, Lamar Odom, Pack and Zach coming at you every single week. My partner Jadakiss, we had Kiss in the Mist for World Star Hip Hop. We might be looking at a reboot potentially, so I got a lot coming up for sure.
Cool. We'll link it all below. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, guys. As always, see you tomorrow.